Especially when my mom took me shopping for my first bra. When I was younger, I couldn't wait to grow up and be just like my dad. And hey, maybe I don't drink as much, but I definitely beat my mom just as hard. Fish are the only kind of pet that when they die, you flush them down the toilet. I didn't know that. That's why when my cat died, it totally ruined my plumbing. I would still be a father if someone would have explained to me that babies can't swim. I still do miss little Joshua. Little Joshua Breen, Daddy still loves you, baby. I got hit by a car the other day. That's the last time I'll ever listen to a squirrel. Squirrel makes for a terrible crossing guard. I don't even know how he got that job. Being friends with a beaver must come in handy when your chainsaw breaks down. Hello, Mr. Beaver? Would you mind coming over this afternoon and giving me a hand? Luckily, I do speak fluent beaver. I crap my pants a lot. It's not my fault, though. I was potty trained by my grandmother. Sometimes I like to dress up like a rat and try to teach my pet turtles karate. Thanks. Don't you hate it when you think you're home alone, but you're really not? And now you got to try to explain to your dad why you're dancing around the house with a pair of your mom's underpants around your head? Lady Gaga says I was born this way, Daddy. Why go through all the trouble adopting a kid when you could just simply go to the mall and abduct one? Who are you? I'm your new dad. I think the coffee's getting to me, guys. The game Whack-A-Mole is a lot more difficult if you go out in your backyard with a hammer and play with real moles. I screwed that joke good. Whatever. All my friends live in my head, which makes it a hell of a lot easier when sending out party invitations. People think marijuana doesn't kill, but it does. Getting high and coming home to a house with no food. I lost my baby sister that way. Not to mention, it totally ruined my microwave. The phrase, spanking your monkey, can have a whole nother meaning if you're a zookeeper. I don't text and drive because that means I would have to put down my beer. Take that, Mothers Against Drunk Driving. You ever look at a girl from across the room and think, man, if only my penis was big enough to pleasure a woman that beautiful. But it never is. Make it better, Mommy, make it better. I slept like a baby last night. And by that I mean I wore a diaper to bed. I don't know why I did that. I guess to bring me back to a simpler time. Yeah, a simpler time. They say when a loved one passes away, they will always be there looking down, watching you from heaven. Well, does that mean my grandmother is watching me every time I masturbate in the shower? Don't look, Nana. I used to like to cook in the nude, and that's the reason why I can't grow pubic hair. I've never felt what they call true love before, but I'd imagine it to feel a lot like when I'd go swimming and rub my crotch up against one of the pool jets. Bill, what are you doing? I'm swimming, Mom! Just leave me alone! Always in my hair. Termites are like cancer to the wood people. That one's silly. My best friend just had a sex change operation, and now I guess you can say we're dating. As a young man, I was a little slow when it came to certain things. All the guys at school were talking about getting pussy. So I went home and asked my dad if we can get a cat. It got really weird for my dad, though, when he found me trying to stick my dick in it. Whenever I tell people I'm going to go hit the gym, they always think I'm going to work out, but really I'm just standing outside throwing rocks at it. I once thought I walked in on my mom having sex with another woman, but really it was just my dad wearing pantyhose and a wig. Mommy, what are you doing to Daddy? Smegma is one of the few cheeses I wouldn't want to eat on a Ritz cracker. They call me the Smegma King around these parts. Thought this was an old Western. My dog is a crossbreed, which I think means late at night he likes to go out dressed as a cat. Imaginary toilet paper doesn't work as well as regular toilet paper. Even though it's always there when you need it. It just leaves too much of a mess on your hand. Why talk to women when it's a hell of a lot easier just to slip something in their drink? Some people will surround themselves with people uglier than them to make themselves look more attractive. Which is why I only hang out with burn victims. Yes. High-fiving is now just a distant memory to a man who's lost both arms. You know when you really want to masturbate? Yeah. But you can't because there's people in the room? So you put a blanket over your lap and hope no one will notice? Sunday is family day. Whenever my computer freezes, I put it in the sun to try to thaw it out. I was constipated for an entire week once, and when I finally went, I sort of felt like I just became a mother. When I was a little kid, I used to have a piggy bank full of change. But you should know, real pigs aren't full of change. That's not the funny part of the joke. Rewind. When I was a little kid, I used to have a piggy bank full of change. But you should know, real pigs aren't full of change. So when you're dead broke, don't try to smash one open with a hammer. Damn, that was my closer. All right. My name's